What's going up, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be diving into some groundbreaking news that could shake up your crypto portfolios like never before. We're going to be covering Link, which is soaring to new heights that we've never seen since 2021, and thanks to massive buy-ups by Trump's World Liberty coin. But here's the catch: with great rises come great risks. So how do we navigate this surge without getting left behind or losing our shirt? And we're also going to be covering Ondo, where exchange inflows are skyrocketing, but so is volatility. And we're going to go ahead and break down how you can potentially profit from this chaos, protect your investments from wild swings. And we've got some crucial Bitcoin analysis that you won't want to miss. Experts are saying it's time to start selling when one key metric hits 4. But what does that mean for your holding? But the clock is ticking, and these insights could be the difference between making it big or missing the boat entirely. Stick with us till the end because we have a special bonus for you. You're going to get a sneak peek at our new crypto community platform, Altcoin Pro, where you can join like-minded crypto enthusiasts and stay ahead of the curve. So if you're feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. And if you're going to be the first millionaire in your family tree, confirm that by smashing subscribe. So before we jump into these articles, Link surges to 2021 levels as Trump World Liberty buys more Chainlink tokens. Ondo's exchange inflows grow, but is volatility ahead? And which key metric, when it hits 4%, should you start taking profits on Bitcoin? We will also be jumping into the charts. We'll take a look at what Bitcoin is doing. Are we going to be seeing another surge to the upside? We'll check the charts for Ondo as well to see where we are going to be going after this breakout. And we'll take a look at the historic levels for Chainlink, and are we going to break out from a new all-time high? And we'll also be checking the breaking news over on X. What is going on in the crypto world right now? First up, let's start off here at Coin Market Cap. We currently have a market cap of 3.59 trillion. Fear and greed is definitely starting to take a tick back, only at 79 at the moment. Altcoin season was pumping pretty good. It was up in the 70s. Now it's taken a little bit of a cool off, currently sitting at 64. And when it comes to crypto ETF net flow, it is up $450 million. When you're looking at the net inflows in here for the ETFs, you want to look at the orange. Obviously, orange is the Bitcoin level and blue being the Ethereum level. On the 12th, Bitcoin brought in $426 million and Ethereum brought in $23 million. Over the last 90 days, you can see the altcoins have really started to ramp up. It was pretty flat here for September, October, getting into November. November is where it really started to take off to the upside. When we look at the Bitcoin market dominance on the weekly charts here, we can see that is when Bitcoin dominance reached that 61 level and started to reject off of those highs. As Bitcoin dominance continues to move to the upside, we're going to see a little bit of a cooling in these altcoins. That does not necessarily mean altcoins are all going to crash. They could be sitting in a consolidation session. There's quite a bit of breaking news for Bitcoin over on X, but I wanted to start here with you guys. Bitcoin analysis starts selling when this metric hits 4%. Bitcoin supply profitability should form a focus for those seeking to avoid the return of the Bitcoin bear market, CryptoQuant said. Bitcoin supply in a loss can drop 50% before a sell signal. So Bitcoin bull markets have a habit of ending when supply profitability crosses a certain threshold. Reviewing the last bull market, which reversed in late 2021, contributor On-Chain Edge said that the supply profitability signals were in place for many months. When the BTC supply percent goes below 4%, you should start DCAing aggressively out of Bitcoin and wait for the next bear market lows. To avoid volatility and subsequent come down that characterized much of 2021 and to protect profits, February was arguably the time to begin selling BTC via DCA, reducing exposure. In the chart below, it showed daily moving averages of the current percentage of supply at a loss, which as of December 12th was still circling 8%. And when you pull up the graph here, it says when the blue is 4%, supply loss starts selling BTC, as we can see right here when it gets down below in this 4% range. Currently, right now, we're sitting at an 8%, so there's still room for Bitcoin to continue growing to the upside. In particular, the round numbers, 110 and 120,000 are upside targets, thanks to the effect of crossing them will have on short-term holders. And as you know, obviously, short-term holders have a very different way of looking at things than long-term holders or Bitcoin whales. These speculative investors tend to react more suddenly to Bitcoin price moves. If you're new to Bitcoin, you just got in, you're holding some Bitcoin, you're finally in profits, and then you start to see a pullback, it could freak them out where, as they call them, paper hands, they want to at least make a little bit of money on their investment, so they'll sell too early. However, analyzing unrealized profits among whales, he says, if we compare to what happened in March, the unrealized profit ratio almost reached 2 before declining as whales began to take profits and Bitcoin prices started to fall. When the unrealized profit ratio currently around 1.2 and Bitcoin price near 100K, this indicates that there may still be room for bullish trend to continue in the midterm. You can see the unrealized profit ratio over here on the left. We got the balance of 10,000 Bitcoin. It's the more fuchsia or pink color. Blue is the balance of 1 to 10,000. Green is the balance from 1 to 1,000. And then the price of Bitcoin is the line here, as you can see. So we will continue to track this key metric for you. What's interesting about this, even when Bitcoin has totally maxed out and it does start to sell off, that doesn't mean that altcoins are not going to continue to rally. And when we head over to X and we start to see stuff like this, Pantera CEO Dan Morehead suggests shifting 600 billion in US gold reserves to Bitcoin. You can see that there's still possibility of some huge upside.
So the United States doesn't have another currency. It stores $600 billion in gold, which is a staggering amount. It's equivalent to 11 million years of American worker wages. So that's kind of crazy. Go to digital gold, Bitcoin. It's much better. And so I do think it's totally rational. The U.S. already owns 1% of the world's Bitcoins. Keep that, increase that. So I do think it is actually a really good policy. There's a couple countries that already do own Bitcoin. It'd be great for the U.S. to get out in the lead.
Now, one thing that is freaking people out about Bitcoin, and we covered this a little bit, was what Chamath said about Google's Willow chip cracking Bitcoin. Now, there's been a lot coming out saying that it's going to take significantly longer. A lot of people are freaking out about this Willow chip, and it's going to be over in the next 2 to 5 years, which is what he's saying here. However, there's been more and more coming out that says that that's not reality. So listen to this.
I saw Sundar post it. I saw it in my feed. I ended up missing my next meeting because I had to figure out how long will it take for us to crack the encryption standards that we use for Bitcoin. Nick, here's the answer, because I was so tilted by this idea. So if you think of Willow as essentially like one stable, logical qubit equivalent in a chip, we need about 4,000 to break RSA 2048. And we need about 8,000 to break SHA 256, which is the underlying encryption framework for Bitcoin. So I think you're right. I think we're in the sort of like
the end game,
2 to 5 year shot clock. No, I mean, I think what'll have to happen is some of these chains will need to obviously re-implement something at a pretty foundational level. The weird thing, as Freeberg says, is like the Willow chip's error correction gets better the more of these things you start to use together. Now, there are some really big problems inside these chips, like logical interconnects are very complicated. If you put 2 chips on a board, like the C2C communication is all this stuff that we haven't figured out how to do. But this is a big deal. And I was really like, oh my God.
And by the way, if you're new here and some of this is just overwhelming and one video here and there is just not enough information from you, don't forget to head over to www.bullrunners.com or click the link down below and join our Altcoin Pro University, where we teach every single day. Learn to maximize your opportunity in crypto while minimizing your downside. We already have 981 members. We just started a month ago. We'd love to have you inside the community. You get 100 plus expert curated classes, live weekly calls, daily market updates, global community. Get started today. The price is going up in January. Right now, it's only $97 a month. Or if you want to take advantage of the full year opportunity, it's $970 for the year. This was also a great video about what does Bitcoin fix. So some people are still just in this because of the fact that, oh, if I buy some, it goes up only mode. And I completely understand that. But what's the underlying technology? What is it that Bitcoin can do for us as humanity?
There's characteristics of why gold for 4,000 years has been used to represent value, but it has nothing to do with what it's used for.
No, it stores value well because it's very difficult to increase the supply of gold. It's very difficult to increase the supply of gold substantially. Every year, the supply of gold goes up at only around 1.5% to 2%. And so that means that people who hold it as money end up doing very well for themselves, and people who hold other things don't do well. And that is true for gold, and that's what made gold money for the whole world practically at the beginning of the 20th century. Then governments come about and they use their debt as money. And since then, the average over the last 60 years or so, between 1960 and 2020, for 60 years, the average fiat currency grew in supply at around 14% per year, or overall fiat currencies grew in supply at around 14% per year. So we went from 1.5% to 14%, about 10-fold increase in the supply growth rate. And 14% per year means that on average, you lose half of the value that's stored in money over 5 years. So you lose half of the value of your money over 5 years. That's the average fiat experience. Of course, some currencies are better than the average, like the US dollar and euro. They only increase at around 7-8% per year. Some currencies are a lot worse. They increase at 20, 50, maybe 100 sometimes percent per year. But on average, it's just continuously increasing in supply, so its value declines. And because its value declines, that incentivizes everybody to A, not save, and B, take on a lot of debt. And that's why everybody is in debt. And that's what Bitcoin fixes. If we go back to having a hard money, where money is no longer debt, we no longer need to be monetizing debt. We no longer need to get everybody to become a debt slave in order for us to have a form of money. We have a form of money that is just a commodity that doesn't require anybody to get into debt for it.
Another project that's been really taking off is Ondo. Next up, we have Ondo, and Ondo has been taking off as of late. And they've emerged as a standout project in the crypto market because of their real world asset tokenization. They specialize in bringing treasury bonds onto the blockchain, and Ondo is positioning itself as a leader in bridging traditional finance and decentralized finance. This approach has fueled tremendous growth on Ondo, and the project's native token has already served over 235% since November 5th. The momentum has not slowed down for Ondo. It's breaking all-time highs with a remarkable rally since early December. Despite this bullish trend, though, the market is eyeing potential volatility ahead. Recent data from Santiment highlights an increase in Ondo exchange inflows, often an early indicator of significant price movements. And if you remember, we talk about this a lot with XRP as well. So when it comes to exchanges, you want exchange inflows to be low, because what that means is people that are holding Ondo are sending their tokens back from their wallets onto exchanges, because exchanges are your on-ramp, off-ramp. So right now, people have been holding Ondo. They've gained a tremendous amount, and some people are starting to send them back to exchanges. Is that to sell it? Right now, price discovery is what's happening for Ondo. After it broke its previous all-time high at $1.48, the rally has propelled Ondo to new heights, with the token recently peaking at $2 just a few hours ago. The consistent upward momentum highlights growing investor interest, but the current price levels signal that volatility could soon make a return. Historically, spikes in exchange inflows on Ondo have correlated with the sharp price movements, both upward and downward, and these metrics serve as a critical warning to traders and investors about potential significant volatility. When we take a look at the charts here, we can see Ondo's price, the black line, and the inflows here from Santiment, the spikes indicating potential drops after. So we see a spike here, had a pullback. The spike of that previous all-time high, after this massive spike here, it did definitely sell off quite significantly. Then you can see here, even at the bottom, huge inflows came in to exchanges of Ondo because people were freaking out, right? This was getting really scary at this point, so people started selling off. But recently, we've had a nice move to the upside, and people are starting to put their Ondo back on exchanges. According to this analyst, a spike in inflows typically reflects heightened activity, with holders potentially preparing to sell or new buyers entering the market in anticipation of further gains. So here we have the weekly chart for Ondo. It was pushing extremely nice, broke above this all-time high last week above $1.48, cruised its way all the way up to just about $2, had this crazy retracement here. So when people got excited, right? Oh my gosh, it's about to hit $2. This is what we talk about a lot on this channel too. When people are taking profits, a lot of people take profits at a round number. So a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to take profits at $2. I'm going to take profits. It never got to $2. All these other traders started selling off, and people started panic selling here as well. So it dropped from $1.95 all the way down to $1.29, $1.30. People thought, oh no, it might be over, but prices started to rally again. Yesterday, breaking this previous high that was established on December 4th. Today, having a slight pullback, but momentum is surging back to the upside. So let's take a look at what is happening here. We have a potential bull flag rally. So we had this high right here. Price broke up to this high side, tried to re-break this trend line here, came back down, tested the trend line right here, broke through it on December 10th, ran up, came back and retested the 10 exponential moving average, and also a retest of this breakout level moving to the upside. So if this is a bullish flag pattern playing out, we got the bottom level here of the flagpole, the top level here. We'll take the flagpole from where the breakout happened. So if this move plays out, the full flagpole here, we're looking at a $2.63 Ondo. Now, again, this is not financial advice. This is financial entertainment, financial education only. Do not buy or sell anything because we talk about it on this channel. But we have seen this happen with numerous coins as of late. In fact, when we take a look at SUI, when it had its breakout above its resistance level, the bull flag that it created, and it retested the line and then finally took off, you can see it reached up just 2 days ago to this exact level of the full move, $4.85, and it's pulled back a couple of days since then. XRP has something very similar where it has a bull flag playing out here. It tried to break out yesterday, did not make it. Today, it also tried to break out, retracing down. So we don't have the actual breakout point yet, but if we do this breakout and it plays out this full flag pattern from the bottom to the top, you're looking at a potential target of $4.70. And if we went conservative with this flag pattern and we play that out from the breakout level, there's a target of $3.95. Now, we don't have the confirmed breakout for XRP yet, so we can't necessarily say that. Once that breakout happens, we can then track it from there. So stay tuned, subscribe. We'll go back to that. But Ondo is currently in really nice bullish posture, remaining above this 10 exponential moving average, moving to the upside. It would be nice for a consolidation period anyway, so it can make its next move. Like I said, some traders from down here just a couple of weeks ago at 59.60 cents are very excited to see $1.90. So someone taking profits from this low over here to here already made 227%. So people are realizing some gains here. That's why you're having this little bit of a sell-off. Now the pushback through the paper hands, people that truly believe in Ondo, will they hold it for the next move to the upside? Now let's talk about Chainlink because this thing is absolutely blowing up. So Link neared $30 in the Asian morning hours on Friday. Open interest on the token's future zooming to record highs above 860 million. And that is because of this right here. Trump's World Liberty coin, World Liberty token company is buying tons of Chainlink. Popular person in the entire world right now, probably Trump, right? So people want to do like he's doing. He's been very successful. If he believes in this coin, people are going to jump on board. Donald Trump's crypto project just purchased another $1 million worth of Link late Thursday for the second straight day, increasing its Link stash to $2 million worth of tokens. It additionally brought $246,000 worth of Aave as well, taking total holdings to $1.2 million. And you can see here this post from Look On Chain, which is also a great follow on X as well. Trump's World Liberty bought 37,000 Link at $27 and 685 Aave at $360. Since November 30th, World Liberty has spent 30 million USDC, 10 million USDC, and 2 million USDC to buy ETH, CBBTC, and Link. And if you remember yesterday, we talked about CBBTC. They're in trouble over at Coinbase for that move because they are removing wrapped BTC and placing it with their own coin, CBBTC. Link is now World Liberty Financial's largest holding besides Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT. Backed by the Trump family, World Liberty Financial is a unified platform where your users can borrow and lend cryptocurrencies, create liquidity pools, and transact with stablecoins. WLFI serves as the governance token for the platform. It uses data provider Chainlink service for better integrating with the wider crypto ecosystem. Chainlink supports the platform by providing crucial pricing data and cross-chain interoperability infrastructure per the November report. After the purchase, the market is positively reacting to Trump's purchase. Link prices are up 22% in the past 7 days, more than 130% since World Liberty Financial onboarded Chainlink. With the open interest of the token serving above record highs, 860 million, The OI refers to the number of unsettled bets in futures markets. A bump in price alongside rising OIs is generally considered a bullish sign, as it suggests investors are willing to commit new capital to the expectation that price will continue to rise. Now, we did do a coverage on Link a couple of weeks ago before all of this World Liberty Coin information came out, but just showing that it was poised for a breakout. And if it was to break out from that level, it was a 254% move to its previous all-time highs. That was when Link was sitting at $15. We move this now to where Link is currently sitting pricing. There's an 80% move to the upside remaining just to break previous all-time highs. Now, we are running into some previous historic levels of resistance. So let's take a look and see what we see there. We do our Heikin-Ashi candles on the daily charts. We're going to box off the top green candles, and we box off this one here because it's the highest of this area, and this 1 day candle comes back from November of 2021. And let's see where price is now. So price did just spike into that level, so it is going to be running into some resistance in this area. However, with the hype and the excitement behind Trump being on board, we have to continue to follow this, because if this breaks through this area, the next level is going to definitely be getting up into the previous all-time high. If we take our Fibonacci from the previous all-time high to the lows and take a look at where price could be going, and take a look at this, the absolute bottom low came in on June 12th, 2023. That was at $4.48. Obviously on a tear to the upside since then. Well, we also noticed on this new move to the upside, it just broke through the 0.50 level of the Fibonacci. So that's very strong if it can actually get to this level and create a nice support. The price has just barely broken above that 50 line. If we can get a nice push above it, also running into this resistance. So we're going to have sellers and buyers coming into the market at this level. If it does not hold it, we could see a return back down to this level of the Fibonacci, which is going to be the 382, which is around $23, which it did already do today. In fact, it dipped below there. So all of this massive dip that happened today back to the daily 10 exponential moving average was purchased up in 1 day, which is a fantastic move. So we create a support here at $29, $30. We want to see that happen. We would then be able to make the next move up to, which we would have to be careful when we get to the 786, because of the fact that that is a very, very common area for price to rebound off of to the downside. That's going to get us to $42. But the exciting part, what is it going to go to? So if we continue this fib extension to the first level of the fib extension, when it breaks out above previous all-time highs, you're looking at $82. And then you have a level, the level 2 extension is all the way to $130. And if it plays out an entire Fibonacci extension level at $208 for Chainlink. So we'll continue to track this for you very closely and see what is going to be happening with Chainlink in the future. Now, when it comes to altcoins, one of the most popular things out there is going to be Memecoin. Right now, the exciting thing is there's a new coin that just got launched, an NFT project. Pudgy Penguins just launched a coin for themselves, Pengu. And Mia here at a conference asked Murad what he thought of Pengu and also the Memecoin ecosystem, what's going on.
There's one new case that I would like to ask you about. So Pudgy Penguins has strong community, but they also have non-retail investment. They're launching a token. How do you judge this?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's going to be VC-backed projects that do well as well. And there have been many examples of that being the case this year also. However, I personally come from it from the perspective of risk-reward, upside, and decentralization. What I really like about meme coins is that everybody, regardless of whether it's a $10 billion institution or somebody with only $1,000 to their name, they're kind of come into it from the same equal angle. And when you have multiple funding rounds, you have what I call kind of holder class warfare, you know? And that inequality, I think it negatively affects community growth. Even if you look at the best tech coins, such as Link, Cardano, Ethereum, Ripple, they all gave retail a chance to get in under $30 million. And this is the secret sauce. The secret sauce for building hardcore cult-like communities is making poor people rich. Because then you're going to have an army of holders that you gave them the chance to make money. A lot of them are going to quit their jobs and they're going to essentially make the coin their whole life. And that is the secret sauce which makes coins go viral every 4 years in crypto. It's that army of people that are going to be all over TikTok, all over Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, 4chan, Reddit, and so on. And you want that army to be essentially working for your backs even while you're asleep. And so you're not going to build a community with airdrops. You're probably not going to build a community if you're going to be launching at multi-billion-dollar valuations. You build a community by letting sort of poor people become middle class people become upper middle class. And you want that army of holders.
All right. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think about that? We want to build an army of holders for certain coins. Do you think that's a realistic thing? Is that the way a lot of people look at the crypto world? Let me know down below. And also what's really cool is right now everyone's just looking for extra money to put into crypto, right? I mean, most people have gotten themselves fully extended. They're selling items on eBay to try to make some extra money. Well, we here at the Bull Runners found a way that you could make some extra money so you can put it into this bull run. So check this out.
Hey Bull Runners, this is super time sensitive, especially if you're looking to stack more crypto before the bull run is over. Did you know that Visa and MasterCard lost a $5.5 billion class action lawsuit for imposing unfair fees on merchants and business owners? So if you own a business, or if you know any business owners that process payments with Visa or MasterCard between 2004 and 2019, that's 15 years, you could actually be owed a refund of 1 to 1.5% of your total revenue from that period. That's a lot of money. For example, this business that generated 1.6 million in credit card revenue during those years is getting back $28,000. This business that generated over 7 million is getting back $93,000. And this business that generated over $20 million during those years is getting back over $320,000. That's money they didn't even know was on the table. And all they did was fill out a form through the link below this video. It literally takes less than a minute to see if you qualify, but you don't want to wait too long because the deadline to file is February 4th, 2025. So the sooner that you fill out the form below, the sooner that you can reclaim what's rightfully yours. Plus, if you don't have a business, you can actually earn 3% by referring businesses that do qualify by creating your affiliate account through the link below. So this is a no-brainer way to get money back in your pocket to use for your business, or if you want to use it for crypto or other assets to invest in, you can do that. So click the link below. Let's get you paid.